Welcome to News Alert on Capital Television.
Ghana has marked the 2014 International Youth Day with a pledge by President Mahama to set up the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative with seed fund of 10 million Ghana cedis to enable youth with startup ventures get much needed financial assistance. He said his government takes the well-being of youth seriously, as exemplified by government's dedication of 1/3 of budgetary allocation to education, adding 25,000 people have accessed education thanks to the Basic Education Complementary Program. According to the president, works have begun on the construction of 50 community day schools to bridge the gap in education, stressing the Labour Office is being transformed into the National Employment Centre to cater for the peculiar needs of the youth.
Government has a very important responsibility of ensuring that our youth have access to equal opportunity and are well equipped with functional skills to face the challenges of the 21st century. It is government's duty to provide educational training and vocational pathways that would lead directly to sustainable employment opportunities. And that is why government continues to spend more than 1/3 of the national budget on education alone. Even though Ghana has been successful in achieving the Millennium Development Goals on universal primary education, there still remains pockets where school enrollment is low. To address this, government introduced the Complementary Basic Education Program. This program has facilitated teaching and learning for 25,000 out-of-school children. Classes under this program have been underway in the Upper East, Upper West, Northern, and Brong-Ahafo regions. And these are 25,000 children whose choices are not going to be limited by literacy. 25,000 children who can go on to become active and productive contributors to their communities in ways that they might never have imagined. Government is embarking on initiatives that will encourage the spirit of entrepreneurship so that young people, instead of seeking jobs, can become job providers themselves. I promise the youth of this country a special fund that will be used to support startups, young people who have ideas and need support to breathe life into those ideas. This promise is coming. This promise is coming into fruition today. I'm happy to announce that tonight at the State Banquet Hall, I will launch the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative for the young people of this country. $10 million Ghana cedis has been set aside for this fund. All you Ghanaian youth who have brilliant ideas but can't find the necessary support to start up will be interested in this initiative.
National Coordinator of the National Youth Authority, Ras Mubarak, in his speech, called on all stakeholders to support the fight against youth crime and unemployment, explaining that the National Patriotism Lectures is aimed at sensitizing the youth to remain focused despite challenges. He said his agencies is working to bring into force the framework needed to make the youth policy relevant.
When it comes to tackling youth unemployment, when it comes to tackling youth poverty, when it comes to tackling youth crime and other issues affecting young people, we are all in this together. Exactly a week ago today, there was a big banner headline story on the front page of Ghana's leading national daily about the arrests of 6 armed robbers for allegedly murdering a prophetess and a political activist during various robberies. Their ages, 18 years, 20 years, 23, 25, 26, and 29. All of them under 30. All of them young people who could have been lawyers, who could have been teachers, who could have been doctors and law enforcement officers. People who are committing serious crimes are no longer adults. They are youth, and we should begin to ask ourselves serious questions. The NYA can't do this alone. We need your support to fund research, to fund data that will tell us how many of our young people, of our compatriots have jobs, how many are in school or in training, how many have special educational needs, how many have complex healthcare needs, how many are at the risk of harm, and how many are even skilled and unskilled.
Other dignitaries, business owners, and youth shared their thoughts on Ghana's theme, Investing in Young People, the key to Ghana's transformation and economic development.
This program has been successful in my view, and I think that particularly also because we had the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, being a guest of honor at the event added some weight also to it. You may have observed that internationally the theme for this day's celebration, that is the International Youth Day celebration for this year, has been mental health. The UN has focused on mental health, but for us in Ghana, focus has been on investment in the youth who are key to the economic transformation of our country.
I think it's always a great occasion whenever we need to remember the importance of the youth for national development. So today is one of those days. We are happy to have the President himself gracing the occasion, simply to indicate that we believe young people actually are pivotal in the way forward. But having said that, it's not just about ceremony, it's not just about a ritual. We need to appreciate that for youth to really do what they got to do, there must be a fundamental change of mindset. To bring about the change we are looking for in the country, it goes just beyond simply talking about the fact that youth have capacity, but we need to see a lot more drive, a lot more passion for young people themselves, a lot more commitment to doing things the right way, and above all, youth need to take out of their mind this whole attitude that somehow manna would drop from heaven.
I think that if the event went well, I must commend the National Youth Authority. For a very long time, it has been a dormant, group. But with since Ras Mubarak came on board, they have been very, very active. I follow them through the patriotism month they held in Kumasi till this one. The organization was good. And one thing that caught my attention was the Youth Enterprise Fund that the President mentioned. It is something that I think that it is long overdue, but they say better late than never. And during his campaign, when he made that promise, almost every young person in business was looking forward to it. Even whether they were politically active or not, it caught our attention, and we are very excited that he mentioned today that tonight it will be launched. And it's something that as an association we have really advocated for it. We've made input in terms of the policy draft and all that. So we are very excited.
For some years now, cases of suicide have been the crime-dominating newspaper headlines, causing fear and panic. In Ghana, suicide cases are reaching an incredible rate. It may come to your dismay that by the end of today, 5 or more people in Ghana would have taken their own lives through a phenomenon known as suicide. The worst part of this is that some of these persons may take the life of other people before taking theirs. Indeed, it is really heartbreaking to see the lives of these loved ones being perished as a result of poverty, failure at school, general hopelessness, and unfulfilled love vows. If these are the general causes of suicide, how then can it be prevented?
We have a lot of people who are very depressed, but because depression falls under mental health, and I always talk about this issue with our stigma with mental health. So people will just assume, family members, friends, society just assume that people are pretending when they are depressed. People are going through various situations like short-term depression where maybe a situation, a home environment has changed, a work environment has changed, family environment has changed, all sorts has changed, and because of that, it does affect them. And when all these things happen and they're not getting the support that they need, and they find themselves in a situation where it's like, what is the point? So it's not about really wanting to kill themselves, but it's that the pain needs to go away. Whatever is going on needs to go away. The illness, whatever is making them feel that they want to die, is like, if only I can remove the sickness, if only I can pay that loan, if only I can take that misery and sorrow, I won't kill myself. So when people are talking about suicide, it's about a situation, something that they're going through at that particular moment. And now development has made it so, what should I say, even more difficult for people to actually come out.
For a business to be successful, business owners have to make a conscious effort at making the experience pleasant for the customer. Successful customer relations is what determines if you build a strong, well-patronized brand or a poorly known and unsuccessful one.
Generally, customer service in Ghana is not the very best. There's always room for improvement. When it comes to dealing with human beings, you can never say you've reached where you're supposed to. So if you ask what customer service is like, I would say customer service is actually a journey. So it's a journey we are still embarking on. We've not gotten anywhere at all. If you encounter a customer who is rude, right, you encounter a customer who is abusive or whatsoever, the challenge for you is to put your professionalism in front. Many times people want to take the abuses of customers personally, but I would always advise that the mindset you should put on is that this customer is actually not angry at you as a person, but as a business. Even if the customer is abusing your person and insulting you and saying things about you, it is because of the situation that has arisen because of the business.
In Ghana, the attitude towards customers is warm and inviting. However, some businesses just don't have the Midas touch when it comes to positively interacting with customers.
Our customer service is very, very important. Well, and some people really don't take notice of it. But when the customer comes to buy something from you, you really need to be receptive to the person, because some people easily get offended by just your facial expression.
Customer care is very important because you go to a place to get something and you may go there and then you are given this rude attitude. Sometimes it puts you off because you suffer to get what you are coming to use. So at least the person should appreciate you for the fact that you are coming to spend something on them.
I think customer service is very important because naturally we as someone who sells, you need your customers as much as your customers need you. So I think you need to treat them right so that they would always purchase your stuff and then you all would be happy together.
So we'll be tired there, na se nipa ne fro. So mami anyoma ni boy say now who can say be a 200. No catch us ne boy den dodo a eni kwan se winye bufo because ebi onu ni sika na so nti wo benya abotre na wa kyerehwe ni mu so ebi ato nyoma so ebi we ye different ebi we ye se na wa kyerehwe ni mu nti wo kyerehwe ni mu sa mi gidi so obeto
alas mi koka na shimi so mi to beef na mi bi sa beef no bro afa de ma me no ga kyereh mi so 15 2 cedi na mi bi sa no so nti 15 de no ye yin so bi o se mi nta na mi koi na mi boefu na mi so mi koi sa no a
Of course, business owners have to deal with challenges of their own, chief amongst them dealing with rude and disgruntled customers who often try to put their point across, I bet in an unsavory way. Going by the saying that the customer is always right, business owners are expected to rise to the occasion, regardless of the countenance or attitude of a customer, and provide the needed service to them, preferably with smile.
The Entrepreneurs Foundation of Ghana, EFG, has shortlisted some personalities made in Ghana products and services to receive honors at the second edition of Ghana Made Awards 2014. The personalities are Apostle Dr. Kwadwo Kantanka, Star of Africa, Chief Executive Officer, Great Coastal Group of Companies, and Miss Adelaide Ahreng, CEO, Theo Enterprises Limited, distributors of made in Ghana products. Daily Graphic, the Mirror newspaper, Ghana Commercial Bank, Agrofie program have all been shortlisted for service awards. Winners will be announced at the second Ghana Made Awards, slated for Friday, October 24 at the State Banquet Hall in Accra.
That ends News Alert on Capital Television.